Alright everyone, after we just saw BOB make their way through the entire bracket into the final, we now have them facing Roccat. And of course Roccat, they just attended DreamHack, they're a really strong team and difficult to beat. BOB has been played nearly exclusively on Tomb of the Spider Queen throughout the tournament, where they apparently are really strong, but now they are going up against Roccat, and this is a completely different beast that they are facing right now. The first map is Dragon Shire, and it's an interesting combo that we see once again. The team's really pulling out lineups that we haven't seen in quite some time. On the side of Roccat, we're having in this case, first of all, a Johanna at the front line, and Johanna is being helped out by a Tyrande, which Roccat in general really likes, and they also have a Nazeebo in the mix here, as well as a Falstad. So a pretty cool setup that they have, and with a lineup like this, they have a lot of damage out on the board. On the other hand, though, we are seeing a setup with an Illidan, Tyrael, and Abathur once again, and that's something that we of course have seen in the past, but not in quite some time, and I'm pretty curious to see how exactly BOB is planning on taking this team down, because this is definitely not going to be an easy feat for them, but there's a lot of targets on the opponent setup. If you look at the Tyrande, at the Falstad, and also of course against the Nazeebo, with Judgment you can really jump in, dish out the damage, and try to snipe a target in those fights. So game number 1 coming up right now on Dragon Shire between Roccat and BOB.
Alright everybody, the first game of the final here at the ZOTAC Cup between Roccat and BOB. To the left side of the map we have BOB with ADRD, the former Gamer 2 player on Abathur. We have Bakery on Malfurion, Athera Angel on Tyrael, Snitch on Illidan, and Zarmony on Jaina. To the right side of the map it's their opponent on Dragon Shire here, the first map of the series. We have Chris on Nazeebo, Shadowmar on Tyrande, and as you can see, Hazobs is playing Falstad, Sportbilly Uther, and Zocke on Johanna. So currently, this is the first map of the series, and we're already seeing Survival Instincts taken on ADRD. He likes to play that hybrid build on Abathur, where you don't go for the full support of the melee assassin, but you play a bit of a hybrid there. And oh my god, Tyrael on the Tyrael Charger looks kinda sick. Wow, that kind of looked really nice. Of course, now as we zoom in, he's not on his mount anymore, but that was really cool. I'm still thinking about if the if the mount is really worth it, but I have to say that it's kind of nice to see it on Tyrael himself. On other heroes, might not be quite as awesome, but still a pretty cool one. So yeah. Right now we have Athera Angel in the mid lane being the only one. We have that 4-man rotation between mid and bot lane that we oftentimes talk about. And this is exactly what Roccat is currently trying to do. We have Chris on his Nazeebo rocking the same Charger, by the way. We're having now on the level 1 talent for Tyrande the switch into the Owl build. It's actually kind of interesting to see that Tyrande's Owl build is becoming a bit more popular once again, and I'm really liking it. We're having, in regards to the rest of the talents here, also no Regeneration Master for Tyrael, who still went for Purge Evil on level 1 for the extra damage against heroes. Could still, of course, use on level 4 Amplified Healing, which you oftentimes see taken together with Regeneration Master. A lot of pressure here from Roccat in the early stages, but of course, as long as we are seeing BOB playing this calm and collected, they shouldn't have a problem keeping those lanes ready. But the shrine down here already taken. Up at the top we have Snitch going up against Hazobs, and Illidan should be able to really claim this shrine for himself. Athera Angel in the mid lane is still starting to push back Johanna. Abathur of course helping out with that. And the setup that we're seeing for the two teams is pretty cool. I'm really liking this Abathur, Illidan and Tyrael composition. It's something that we have seen already for quite some time, but these days it's more popular to go into a Muradin and Tyrande attempt, and that's something that BOB could have chosen in the draft. They had the opportunity to go for that, but they decided not to, and instead they went here for that jumper squad that really wants to go straight into the back line and do some damage. So we're going to find out later on what's going to be the priority target. Of course, especially Nazeebo, Falstad and Tyrande are the 3 that you want to attack. And Sportbilly up against Tyrael now in the mid lane, whereas the bot lane is being pushed in hard by Zocke, and especially Chris, of course, on Nazeebo. And it looks like Bakery and Zarmony are trying to, at least for now, save those towers as much as they can. They don't have too much support yet. And here comes Tyrael in again on his Charger, gets stunned, Condemn being used. Level 4 talents ready for both, and then Adrenal Overlord is in play. Athera Angel might be able to get away. Oh, Sportbilly just barely not getting the stun, but gets the stun against Jaina, not against Tyrael, and that's the kill that they get. No counter kill, at least not for now. The root was good, but not good enough to take down Johanna. And Falstad is going for the Dragon Knight. Roccat is going to take this one. Snitch not able to claim the... Actually, like, why did Snitch not get that particular shrine at the top? he probably hasn't even seen that Falstad was flying into the mid lane. I think that's the only reason they could come up with. Because he was alone, he could have taken it, but I guess he assumed that Falstad was still there. I never really saw that Falstad flew into the mid. Level 4 talents give us Snowstorm now on Jaina. We have also, of course, Illidan going for a standard build with Immolation taken on level 4 and Shadow Shield on level 1. It is amplified healing as already expected earlier. Oh, good kill against Tyrande. That's an important one. Getting a kill while your opponent has the Dragon Knight, trying to just relieve some of the pressure that you experience at the bot lane is extremely important, and that's really what they needed. The top lane, a quick punt against Snitch, who's still trying to pressure Hazorps, but Hazorps nearly getting both of the towers. One of the towers already down, and the second one is about to die. Snitch is there, Hazorps about to escape. No, he's not. Nice kill. So BOB, they might have lost the Dragon Knight, but they get 2 kills in and have the earlier level 7 just by a few seconds. That it matters too much, but still they get it in here. Is it going to be Needlespine? Should be Needlespine, or are we going to see a Mule? I really don't think that Mule is going to be what AD is going to looking for. In the mid lane, we have still Abathur Angel currently there. He's going for the Mule. He's doing it. He's not going for Needlespine. So nice. We're going to see them with the added Mule that he can then use to keep these structures alive a bit longer. Probably going to drop it in the bot lane. Yep, there it is. To try and heal that up. Camps taken, and with every single camp that you can take, you also relieve pressure from your lane. Of course, especially when you can take down your opponent's camp a bit faster than that. Secret weapon taken on Falstad, so we're not going to see the boomerang build for the extra snipe on burst damage on Falstad, but it is going to be the auto attack build, which is going to become extremely strong on level 20 when you get your Nexus Frenzy. We have also a Tyrael Angel with the battle momentum, very common on Tyrael, like the most common talent for him on level 7 for sure. Also on Johanna, and that is a bit of an oddity. Johanna can, with battle momentum, get a lot of condemns out there, but it's not really all as common as other talents, like for example Conviction, which you oftentimes see here. But still something that you can really use if you're in the thick of things and really just trying to get the additional condemn out or shield glare. And that glare is of course quite useful when you're up against an Illidan. And in the mid lane, we're still having the pressure thanks to Abathur and Abathur Angel. And at the top lane, Hazorps needs to be careful, because by now with first aid on 7, Snitch has the opportunity to get that self-sustain and put some pressure on Hazorps. The mid lane, though, that's where suddenly Tyrael is in a bit of pressure, but Shadowma misses his stun, at least for now. The rotation is there, and they want Tyrande. They want Tyrande. Snitch jumps in, they take her down. And there's 5 heroes now, including Abathur, going straight for Soccer. They get the double kill. A very good rotation, and just before those shrines are active again, they get the towers and therefore level 10, and that could result in a Dragon Knight. There are the heroic abilities. We have no monstrosity in this case, but there is already a copy. AD is jumping in, trying to chase Hazorps away to allow Snitch to go for the shrine up at the top, and they are going to get this Dragon Knight, aren't they? Or are those 2 mid lane heroes able to move in? Yeah, they could actually just barely... Oh, the owl misses! How can you miss that owl, Shadowma? Wow, he must have... Maybe he clicked it on the minimap. That's unfortunate. I think they could have contested this, but yeah, it doesn't hit the owl in this case. Abathur Angel, a little bit of a misclick there maybe. Unfortunate for them. They have to face the Dragon Knight now. They have their own level 10 with the Hinterland Blast, with Starfall, Blessed Shield, Divine Shield. But yeah, the Dragon Knight, of course, is going to focus the attention up to the top. But in this case, it's actually only one hero trying to deal with this. The rest is moving into the mid lane to take down Snitch, who just barely jumps away. It's, by the way, extremely interesting to see that Snitch is playing Illidan right now, and not Zarmany, who for the longest time for SK Gaming was the Illidan player. But now that they're playing under the name BOB here together in the ZOTAC Cup Final, we are having a bit of a switch in roles, and Snitch going for Illidan just now. Zarmany apparently a bit more comfortable on Jaina in this case. And well, down here we are currently still seeing Snitch trying to do some work with Abathur. Abathur, of course, going to be extremely important here, because he will be the one who most likely goes for the Locust talents level 13 and level 16, and then pushing power during those team fights and also the objectives is going to be one of the most important things. Having pressure on the lanes on this map in particular is kind of cool, because you have vision on the objectives and especially the mid lane, and that gives you control over the objectives as well. It's a slight experience lead that we're seeing for BOB right now. It is also now, of course, the time when both of the teams have most of their rogue abilities up, except for the Metamorphosis, which had to be used by Snitch earlier in the fight. Nice attempt to lock down Malfurion and trying to get the heal in on him, but it's too late already. Falstad flying in, Shadowma is still alive now, Malfurion is dead. Down goes also Jaina. They get the counter kill against one hero. Can they kill Johanna? Yes, they can. and it's a 2-for-2 in this case, with Illidan attempting to jump in to take Shadowmar down, and Snitch mercilessly making his way into the range of the fort, takes down now, of course, Tyrande, and this just results in another 2 versus 3 trade in favor of BOB, with a level 13 talent now revealing the Bombard strain already. We're seeing also, of course, the evasion shield on the side of Illidan, and we have an imposing will for Tyrael right now, which is going to make it even more difficult for the opponent setup to get the damage in there. AD already up at the top lane on his master skin. Abathur is doing his work, trying to push this lane back, of course. On 16 we're going to see him with a Locust Boot most likely. Already gave up on Soma Transference on level 13. And that will most likely also result in him going straight for the Locust Boot to have that pushing power. And it's also a lot more fun to play, by the way. When on 16 you can start to jump out on the map. Uh-oh, an attempt to take the camp down here, and they're stealing it! They kill against Falstad, but they get the camp. Divine Shield saving Tyrande, but they're trying to lock her down regardless. And there's the slow that we've been talking about. The cleanse doesn't help too much with this one. And they should be able to get the kill. No, not quite. Now Snitch and the boys were just like jumping away a bit too much, and therefore we have now the hard camp pushing for Roccat. Great move there. That was, of course, a bit unfortunate that Falstad died, but they were able to secure that camp, and that relieves a bit of the pressure at the bot lane. The top, on the other hand, this is where currently Chris has to deal with this hard camp that was taken earlier, the Bruiser camp. Level 13 talents are now ready for both of the teams, but Roccat is falling behind in experience. And there's a big push going on at the bot lane for BOB that might result in another fort dying. We have them with Uther going for Spell Shield. Johanna, by the way, trying to get extra damage in with Burning Rage. Snitch is, in this case, still looking for an opportunity to jump as Ops, but there's the drop against the fort, and they're trying to make it into a trade. There's already a mule healing that up, and they're just buying time. The problem is that this fort is not going to fall for a very simple reason. They're going to go straight for the keep. Hanzo Ops! Oh my god, Snitch is going deep. He is going really deep. And they could apply some pressure to that wall. They don't do that just now, but we still have only Johanna up at the top, and Soccer can go through the wall, get some experience, but he's not going to be able to get the fort down. So very solid position for BOB in the game, and Roccat, they are now 2 levels behind and have to be careful with this. Shadowmar is currently on his spider, rocking his master skin. Tyrande as well, and they are rotating on the map. They need to try and capture the bottom shrine right now. Sport Billy is still holding the mid lane, but he is already Jaina capturing the shrine up at the top. Zarmany is going to get this one, and Johanna moves down to the bot. Illidan is already in position in the mid lane on the other hand. Here comes the owl, this time successful, but they're going to get it. Soccer retreats again. It's too much of a risk. They let the Dragonite pass, and the Dragonite moves into the mid lane. Now we have Locust Bruise taken on 16 here for Abathur, and he can really push back these lanes. Again, Holy Ground. That was actually a very awesome talent just the other day when we saw Shat go for a boss steal with Holy Ground. It was absolutely unbelievable. It was against King Green, and I laughed so hard. It was really, really good. The player of Huron team, Shat, was able to just steal that boss against 5 heroes. He paid with his life for it, but that was a price that he really paid. So, yeah, we have at the top lane, Hazops trying to get some split push experience and deep push that lane. He can always fly in, but there's a rotation up to the top right now. Oh, yes, he needs to be careful. He's already flying away again. Zarmany can, of course, not stop him mid-flight, but this is an attempt to take down the top fort. We still have experience soaked by Zoccat at the bot lane, so currently Roccat is splitting the lineup. They're splitting the entire setup, and the problem that they have is that if they show themselves for a fight, there's Metamorphosis and, of course, Judgment that can be used to just move in and try and take them down, and that is where they have to be extremely careful. Over here, we have currently Nazebo and rocking his Nazebra. It's actually it's very similar to the Charger that we are seeing for Tyrael here. Bit of a different color, a bit of a different setup, but roughly the same style, I want to say. An attempt to steal the camp away, and they're gonna get this siege camp, aren't they? Yeah, the rotation is just not fast enough for Roccat. They didn't expect this one. But now they have the level 16 talents. They're still 2 levels behind. Nothing changed when it comes to the difference in levels, but the one thing that they could accomplish is at least get the extra talent, and therefore being on the same talent level as their opponent. Ranger now on Tyrande. We're having Benediction, of course. Hammer Time has been used now as well after the Static Shield. Hammer Time and Static Shield for Falstad, and we have Holy Renewal. Apparently Zocca really wants to have some more sustain on his hero. Yeah, over here We have still 2 heroes soaking the individual lanes up at the top and in the mid, but at the bot lane, this is where the push against the keep, or at least the wall, is currently ongoing. And of course, with Abathur also trying to soak experience, it's still a good lead in EXP for BOB. They go through the wall, at least through most of it. For them, it's going to be important to wait for level 20. Level 20 is going to be the next important level for them. They're trying to go for the camp down here at the bot, and Snitch should be able to get that quite easily. He went, of course, for blood on level 16. That gives him an additional healing potion, if you so want, in those fights. Falstad is trying to make his way down. Hazorps is trying to fly in. But as you can see, he's a bit too late to secure the camp, but they might be able to pick a hero off. Doesn't really look like it. So far, BOB is playing a very controlled game, I want to say. They know when to move back. It's 9 kills against 3. They play a very solid game here, only taking the risks that they really have to. And Abathur is helping them, pushing the lanes, and never really allowing Roccat to get into a decent position. But a single team fight can change all of this. We have the 2-level lead still maintained by BOB. They're moving towards the camps again, and now the shrines are ready once more. And if they get level 20 before the next Dragon Knight is captured, they should be able to use that to their advantage. And they are currently trying to get not only the shrine up at the top. Siege Giant camp down here has been stolen by Roccat. Nice move by the team in red here. They're trying to apply more pressure, and they of course already know that this one is theirs. But yeah, there's the experience. They're trying to get the experience in the mid lane. And up at the top, there's still Abathur who can jump in and really start not only pushing the top lane even more, but he can then also try and get the experience for them. The mule being used once more, and this is just like so awesome for them right now, that they can deny experience to their opponents. There's already Snitch jumping in. They don't have the 20 yet. They need to be a bit careful. Why fight now? Why fight now and not wait? This makes no sense whatsoever. A Thero Angel with his... Oh, he's getting healed out. Holy ground. There's the level 20 talent finally hitting. And now they can put into some use. Soccer is low and they get their kill. Falstad flies away in the last second, but the rest of the team is still at the bot lane. A good stun against Snitch, but they go for Spot Billy, and Uther doesn't stand a chance. Level 20 versus level 17. A big push up at the top lane already went through the wall, and now here at the bottom, they're just like trying to get the first key before they go for the Dragon Eye. They have a level 20 ability, and that means in this case that Abathur is going for the Locust Nest. We're having also Demonic Form take and a rewind on, in this case actually Malfurion. More Moonfire spam. Kappa, kappa, kappa. Now, of course, gets the additional heal out. It's actually not really a talent that you see often on Malfurion. Storm Shield is just absolutely great, and this is what most of the players take, or you go for a Blink. But in this case, you get a fast second heal out, and of course also the additional talents, and in this case, the one that really matters would be the root, so you can hit 2 roots after another. Yeah, but this is going to be an attempt to get the Dragon Knight, and with 1 keep already taken out and the level 20 talent still giving them an advantage, they could theoretically really aim for core. They should aim for core, I feel. Like, this is like the biggest advantage that they're ever gonna have. The only other thing that they can do is try to do the same thing with the Dragon Knight in the later stages of the game and trying to work towards that, what they have right now. We already have... Do we have the double Abathur? Nope. Just going up to the top lane to try and push this again. There's already the nest, and he's going for also now the Locust Brood, but they're going for keep. They're going for keep here. They're moving into the mid lane. And Abathur not supplying his copy just yet. The ultimate evolution is not in play at this point. Keep it at the damage numbers and the heal numbers. Of course, you can see that Abathur has supplied a lot of hero damage, even with this build, where he's not going for the full support for the melee assassin, but instead also has a solid amount of siege damage with 107,000. And of course, it's not going to be an issue whatsoever to drop that keep here. Or is it? Snitch is being attacked. He's of course focused on his Dragon Knight. He does a lot of damage already. They attempted kill against Malfurion. Tranquility being used, and they're keeping Malf alive and everybody else too. Snitch is going to be out there in just a second, and then it's time for Illidan to shine once again. No Hive Mind taken on Abathur. But there is, I'm not quite sure what exactly ADRD is saying with this one. His copy is apparently down already. They're jumping in. Nice kill against Johanna. All that they needed here, and they jump in once more. But if their Angel is low, gets healed and shielded. They get the kill against Uther. And just with that, they should be able to take their game as they also snipe out Nazebo. Zarmany has to go for an Ice Block here, but he will die regardless. Shadowmar is there waiting for it. And that puts an end to the push, at least for now. So, can they kill maybe one more? Can they take down Tyrael? It looks close, looks very close. He jumps away, but it's Falstad that dies instead. 2 keeps down, and solid performance here. Another kill against Tyrande, and this should be the conclusion of game number 1, and it is indeed. BOB takes the first game against Roccat and is able to take the lead here in the best of 3 series at the ZOTAC Cup. very solid play by them. And that pressure play with Illidan and Tyrael working out for them against the kind of squishy heroes that we saw drafted by Roccat here. So congratulations, good job. But of course they need to win another map to take the final and win the best of 3 series.
And BOB, they take the lead. Really cool game on Dragon Shire. Totally back and forth the entire time between the teams here. And then of course it's also Tyrael and Illidan just jumping in as that jumper duo and trying to hit the back line. And in the end it is Roccat who has to submit defeat. They are going down here on the first map though, because we have a best of 3 series at hand, and that means that Roccat has a chance to tie the series up now. It is their map choice, and they went for Tomb of the Spider Queen. So again, we have BOB with an opportunity to claim victory on this map. They're actually running a double tank composition here. They even have an ETC as the utility tank at the front line now. So really a setup that we don't see all that often. And once more, they were able to get not only Khaldor, but also Jaina. So it's again that mage team that they're running here, with which they're trying to take down Roccat, who went into Sylvanas together with a Nazebo. So really strong heroes for both sides now, and for Roccat, of course, everything in the final here is on the line. They need to win this map to force out a third one. If they lose now, then BOB will have won the entire tournament. So guys, without further ado, Tomb of the Spider Queen coming up once again between Roccat and BOB.
Game number 2, ladies and gentlemen. It is the final of the ZOTAC Cup, and we have Roccat going up against BOB. And BOB is currently in the lead, and map number 2 is Tomb of the Spider Queen. And as you can see here, we have to the left side of the map the lineup of Roccat with Shadowmar on Vala, Sport Billy on Malfurion, Chris is playing Nazebo for the team here, the former Dignitas player on Nazebro, and Hazops is playing Sylvanas as Zokke is once again in the tank role on Johanna. To the right side of the map, we are currently looking at BOB with Zarmany on ETC. I'm loving that we have a double tank line up with this with ETC playing the utility tank again. Snitches on Khaldor, Bakery on Uther, Abathur Angel, the normal tank player for the team on Anubarak, and ADRD in this case is on Jaina. So yeah, let's see how this game is gonna end, because well, you all know with a 1-0 lead for BOB, if they win this much, then it is all over. If they win the map here, then they win the tournament. And therefore there's quite a bit of pressure on Roccat. They went this far in the bracket and now they want to take it all, of course. So let's see if they can do that. We have already on level 1 the dagger talent taken, Lost Soul on the side of Sylvanas. So with this happening, we will see on level 16 Cold Embrace, you get the cooldown reduction on level 1 to get the more value out of the already strong level 16 talent that you have there. So that's going to be pretty cool. Right now we have Snitch already in a position up at the top lane where he's trying to, of course, push. Oh, look at that! Oh, Johanna moving straight into 3, but Zarmany might be the one dying here, and he moves back in time, but that was a little bit tricky for him right now. So we're having Chris, Hazops, and Zokke currently in the mid lane. A bit of rotations going on in the bot lane. It is a battle between Anubarak and Vala. Once again, Zarmany jumping in. And of course, like if you have ETC in the game, then oftentimes it is just like they focus on the power slide. Length and width and all of that both like boosted by the rolling like a stone on level 1 and then also with the level 4 talent. And you try to use a double tank setup for this because ETC alone is normally not tanky enough to really withstand a lot of damage. We see him sometimes in the role as a solo tank, but rarely successful. Oftentimes he just gets overpowered by the opponent's damage, and when you have a second hero in the front line that can help out to mitigate some of that damage, that's absolutely great. Zarmany, good dodge by Shadowmar. Very good job by very good job by Shadowmar there. Dodging this one. So level 3 versus level 3 at this point. This is like the 4th time I think that we have this map today, and especially BOB has been very, very successful here. So let's find out if they can do that again. We're also seeing now at the top lane, again, Snitch on his Khaldor. He will get his power spike on level 16. This is when he is going to really unfold his full power. And together with Jaina, it's once again, there's like this duo, this Son of Ice and Fire, this attempt to really just rock both of the elements to take the opponent down, and they are of course going to try and just hit somebody with that area damage. If Zarmany goes for a mosh pit and hits a good one and they get all that burst damage in, they could blow up an entire team. And there he is already! They're trying to stack the damage in, and Sport Billy is not only in trouble, Sport Billy is in a hopeless position, but they could get the counter kill. As Zokke moves in and Snitch gets eliminated. Well done Zarmany is also low, but he gets away in the last second there with another power slide. So, yep, well done. Good job here. And, well, the CC train is real for both teams, actually, in this situation. It's really kind of nice to just have that condemn and pull somebody in that wall of zombies, and that's exactly what they've been doing here. We have the arrow build on Vala, going straight into the puncturing arrow and also the siphoning arrow. Both of the talents extremely important. A bit of a pause there on the side of Bakery. We have 2 kills in the game, 1 kill for each team. And as you can see here, we have still our Elun's Grace on level 4 taken by Malfurion, who, by the way, in the last game took Rewind by accident. So that was not intended on Dragon Shire. It was a bit of an accident, a misclick that we saw there. Right now we're having at the bot lane still this battle between Shadowmar and Abathur Angel, and so far it looks like Vala is going to get the better trade out of this deal, having of course the range damage that they can use here. The turn-ins are starting to be coming in successful for the blue team, and well, Roccat are starting to set up a very solid position for themselves here. They also have more gems that they acquired throughout the game thus far. On level 4, the double neck guitar now, and that is going to help. Over here we have Hazobs, Chris and Zocke starting to move into the mid lane to again apply pressure not only to the heroes but also to the wall itself. Sylvanas with a black arrow trade is doing a very good job with that. Then they put some damage in, but there comes again Zarmany, and they're trying to go for Johanna, apparently picking the tankiest heroes out of the entire setup to try and drop. But they could have gone for Hazobs, I suppose, but they get the kill. They get the kill against Johanna. Good rotation from the bot lane. Abathur Angel making that happen. And uh-oh, Shadowmar might be in trouble here. Yep, they're trying to go for him. He's waiting currently for his second vault, but there is going to be another slide. Yeah, they don't want to go this deep. And for very good reason. I mean, if you go this deep into your opponent's base, if there's another hero coming around the corner, you will pay and you will die. So now we're having up at the top again Chris, Hazobs and Zocke in the mid lane, and up at the top it is that duo again, Kalthas and Jaina. Those two are trying to snipe another target. We have, by the way, for Nuburak now a bit of a variation on the build. Jaina as well. I mean, I think we should talk about those. But Snitch, first of all, is in, really nice Gravity Lapse. I'm liking this a lot. That was, by the way, a Gravity Lapse even without the Netherwind on level 4, since he went into Gathering Power. Keeps himself alive here. But as I said already, we have now once again extended spikes and Bed of Barbs taken on 1-on-7, so the Impale talents taken with level 4 just like breaking that for a second since they want to have the extra beetle spawn every 8 seconds. But it's interesting to also see that we're having now on level 1 Conjurer's Pursuit taken for Jaina. Interesting because normally you don't really have that there. What we oftentimes see is just the extra trade talent, but since on level 4 we saw now Snowstorm coming in, maybe Jaina just said, alright, I still want to have a bit more mana. I didn't go for the Arcane Intellect, but let's at least go for Conjurer's Pursuit to have no mana problems in the later stages of the game at least. And with this now being said, we have the Web Weavers descending for the first time, and this is for the blue team. So the blue team up to the top lane now with a 4-hero rotation moving in for this one. Abathur Angel down at the bot lane is trying to defend against the first Web Weaver. We have Jaina actually doing a solid job in the mid lane. Up at the top. Oh, it is Cleanse. Zarmany gets healed. Unbelievably, he gets away. No way. Moonfire, and he gets dropped. He gets dropped. Alright, that was a close one, but they drop him in the end. Great kill there. Snitch gets healed. Bakery didn't have the cooldown ready. It's actually one of the biggest problems that Uther has as a hero and a healer in the game, that his cooldown's absolutely ridiculously high. If you get Benediction and later on, that helps, of course, to mitigate that to a certain extent, but it's really troublesome. So right now we're having down to the bot lane ADRD also in trouble. Currently it's nearly a level lead that we're seeing for Roccat here. Roccat is playing an extremely solid game with this one. Much better than on Dragon Shire, at least thus far. They have an entire level lead, and that drops the level 10 talent already in their hands. And just like that, they have the pressure in the mid lane and also the power to drop maybe another fort if they keep the pressure up here. They're running a little bit low on mana on Sport Billy. He can of course also use the Innovate here to keep Nazeebo well stocked with mana so that he can use that. They're moving in, the 10s are there, Silence already hitting, and Uburak! 25 gems, he doesn't want to die. Not in a situation like this. Good pressure against Vala, moving away, but they already lost the fort up at the top, and it looks like they're going to lose this one in the mid lane as well. Just like that, they are nearly 2 level ahead. Very well played here by Roccat. And they really want to tie the series up, don't they? They go straight for the next one. Down to the bot lane, we have Zarmany trying to just run away as these rotations are really hitting hard. And that is what makes Roccat so dangerous in this game right now. That there are always rotations from the mid to the top to the bot lane, just rotating over to take one of those camps. And there's always a surplus of heroes on these lanes that are trying to get with it. Snitch finally turning in a few of his own gems. They didn't get a single Web Weaver wave just yet. They might be able to accomplish that now, but Bakery gets disturbed in the mid lane. Now they have a lot of gems still, but the problem is that most of them are on Tyrael, and he is still right in the thick of things. I mean, he's exactly where the rest of the Roccat team is currently waiting to stop them at the turning point. Down here, once again, the trade taken. They go for Sylvanas. Condemn being used. Bakery has to heal himself here. And it's a Phoenix for the zoning up at the top there. Shadowmar trying to drop a Thero Angel. And again, they are the ones pushing in. They are the ones trying to turn in as well. And they do have enough gems, do they? Actually, I don't think they do. They were one short, but I think by now they got that one. And it could just be enough. No, they're still missing one. They're still missing one. ETC with the mosh pit, but he gets stunned out of it. Oh, that's unfortunate. Mosh pit is what they rely upon now. If they get a good mosh pit in and then they drop the damage with Blizzard and Flame Strike with a Phoenix on top of that, maybe even more, then they can really take a team fight and get far ahead in this game. But so far was the first attempt and they lost ETC in the process. The blue Web Weavers are descending again. 61 gems on the side of the red team, but the blue team is the one who is applying pressure once again. So they're trying to use that up at the top lane, where they already pushed the lane to get the Web Weavers into a good position. They are apparently going for a drop on the keep. They do not have a talent advantage this time, and ETC is back. He does not have Mosh Pit ready. It's going to take quite some time for him to get that again. But he's still jumping in. They're going for the Web Blast, and they might get the kill against Johanna. They do. They get the kills against Johanna, but look at Snitch. He's so low and needs to move back here. But they get the kill, and that gives them at least an opportunity to de-push the top lane and not suffer the loss of a keep here, which is the most important part. So they're going to go up against the Web Weaver. Bot lane is being pushed though, and this is just more structures that they have to sacrifice to keep their important structures intact. And that is happening up at the top. Level 12.5. That means that Roccat will soon see level 13 come up for them. We're having also, in regards to damage, they have a bit of a look over what's going on here. 17,000 on Vala, once again taking the lead in damage. 16,000 on the side of Sylvanas, and 14,000 for Jaina. But keep that level 16 in mind, where Khaldor is going to be able to hit his power spike. And let's just be honest here, they really need this power spike, don't they? A triple spell shield though, and that is amazing for them. Triple spell shield because of all that spell damage that is going to come out of the red team's setup with the Jaina, with the Khaldor, and this is going to be hard to beat. So Roccat is doing everything that they have to stay ahead in the game and to really run with this advantage, to capitalize on it and carry it into the late game to get some momentum here. And Snitch is completely caught off guard by this rotation. A great rotation onto the bot lane. He's taken down, and that's 17 gems that they lose just like that. In the mid lane, on the other hand, are we going to see maybe that turn in finally completed? Yes, that is going to be at least one turn in that they have. That should at least throw the level 3 talent, sorry, the level 13 talent, of course, into their hands. But at the bot lane, we have now the wall destroyed, and even the keep attacked. Level 13. Oh, can they get a kill? Oh, it looks like they can. No, Hazops is alive still. Jumps away. Web Weaver's already used. And we have the move in. Zarmany received the Divine Shield from Bakery to keep him alive. Yeah, Gary is still on the move back. Their level 13 talent isn't ready for them just yet. But they still want to go for the kill here. They are moving in up against Chris, but he has a sprint and he's using it to get out of harm's way and reposition himself. The top lane is pressured by the red Web Weaver, taking the wall down and going straight for the towers here, but Shadowmar is already on the way. Level 13 talent is now there, and finally the range, therefore, on the side of Khaldor. They are moving to the mid lane now. They already know that the top lane is going to be pushed either way. Khaldor down in the bot lane is going to try and help the Web Weavers out with a quick Phoenix that he throws in to apply the extra damage. Mid lane Web Weaver is annihilated, and the rest of the team already down to the bot lane. They have a bit of a timing window that they can use here, and that's exactly what they're trying to do. We're seeing Showstopper currently being used in this case on level 13, and well, let's see how exactly can they turn a fight here. It's still level 13 versus level 13, so with those talents they would be able to at least fight on the same talent level. When it comes to stats, then we definitely see that advantage for Roccat, but One mosh pit is all that they need. I've been talking about this a bit. If you get a good mosh pit there, let's say you capture all of the heroes that could interrupt you. Let's say you don't capture all of them, but you capture most of them, and Nubaruk hits a web blast at the same time to isolate the last one. The only thing that you have to do is get that Phoenix, that Blizzard, and that Flame Strike in, and you can annihilate an entire setup. So that's what they're currently waiting for. Red team is getting the second Web Weaver, by the way. Are they gonna fight here, though? They could, and they're jumping in. Mosh pit only hitting one, and the silence is already there. That was not the best mosh pit that we've seen today, and it could actually mean the death of Abathur, but a really good stun from the Tyrael Angel. They're trying to slow them down. Shadowma vaulting forward, trying to get that additional arrow in to take down Bakery, but everybody moves away for now. So we have the deep push at the bot lane automatically happening thanks to this one. Up to the top lane, the Web Weaver is already going straight for the process once again, but in the mid lane, this is where the teams are facing each other again, and this is where currently BOB is trying to make their stand. They're moving in again once more to drop this wall, and there's the extra damage from Snitch thanks to the flamethrower talent. He finally has the range. No level 16 ready yet for Roccat, but they will hit that talent just so much faster. The top lane, can they finally drop a fort? They need to do something here. They need to drop a couple of structures to just close this gap in experience. They're way too far behind. BOB has to do something, and they lost all three of the Web Weavers actually, without doing too much here. So they're an entire level behind. They will lose out on level 16. There it is. Roccat is taking that talent lead, and they are apparently trying to go for boss with this one. The heroic abilities are mostly down. We still have the Phoenix. Yeah, there they are, level 16, with, of course, the Cold Embrace, Leaping Spiders, Hardened Focus, Blessed Hammer, and the boss is nearly dead, but the team isn't there yet. It's too late. They're coming in too late. They're trying? No, they're not. They're not trying to go for it. They have already everything in place that they need, and the boss is starting to make his way down the lane. Here comes the silence again, thanks to the arrow. Good damage against Zoka, though. No 16. With Ignite, this would have been just such a different battle. But then again, with level 16, we would probably not have seen Roccat move into the throw pit to try and go for this boss. So right now, they need to take down the boss, and they are not going to lose the keep. This is not going to happen. But it's going to be another Web Weaver wave for the opponent's team. This is going to be the next step for Roccat. Turn in again, get the Web Weavers. There they are. And BOB will have to try to get ready with level 16 so that they can use that ability right now. We have Roccat just roaming through the map now, taking those waves down, even going straight for the wall here. I really like that by Hazops and Sportbeater, that they deny vision to their opponent. The less BOB knows about the rotations that are happening here, the better. Level 16 should actually hit pretty soon here. Very close, and there it is! Ignite is finally on the board, and we're having next to that a Numbing Blast. We're seeing Imposing Presence, and also next to Benediction also a quick Blood for Blood. They're using already the Phoenix down here. Oh, pushing! Hazops in a bit of an awkward spot. Now, nice pressure here at the beginning, but they need to go against the Web Weavers, and they need to do it fast, because these keeps are under a lot of pressure, and I'm not only talking about the one at bot lane here. Yeah, there's also a Mosh Pit available. Mosh Pit is available, but everybody is really low. Where's Khaldor? Where is that fiery bad boy? Drop it like it's hot. There it is. Starts to get some damage in, but not enough. Actually missing this one. And down goes the keep. This is looking grim. They're looking really grim for BOB. They need to get a good Mosh Pit. They need to get a kill. And they nearly got it. But, well, only one hero trapped by the Mosh Pit. But this is at least one that they will be able to take down. Still the pressure at the top lane, thanks to the Web Weavers. And not only that, the mid lane is in a similar situation. So we have 4 kills against 4 kills now, but the first keep is down, and up at the top lane, keep number 2 is already extremely low as well. So, as is, we are seeing a situation in which the kills might be identical, but it's still an entire level lead that we are having for Roccat, and they are currently also rocking the damage here. Khaldor and Jaina, on the other hand, are really starting to close in now, and especially, of course, Khaldor is going to make a huge spike now in these fights if he gets into a good position. Zarmany has gotten a so-so mosh pit in the last fight. They at least dropped one target, they dropped Vala, but he needs to get a better one in these team fights. They are solid still, though. They lost a keep. They lost a lot of the hit points on the other keeps too. But they're still not out of this game, not by a long shot. I mean, this is their time right now, the late game. So this is where they really have to show their skills, and they get another turn in, and that was an important one. So the Red Web Weavers are descending once again, and with that happening, we could see them maybe finally start to drop a few of the structures here, and that would, at least for now, also give them the experience that they need to close the gap and at least make sure that on level 20 they're not going to follow too far behind, which is going to be an important one. They move up to the top. They're trying to go for Soccer, pushing him back. Blast Hammer is not doing too much here. The mid lane is being pushing, but they want the team fight. You can really tell they want the team fight right now. They want to do this while they can, while they are still on the same talent level. Mid lane is pushing, bot lane is pushing. All of those lanes are very far away from the fort. The top lane is a different matter though, and they are starting to move in again. Structures. They need to take that down right now, and they know it too. Good damage against Shadowmar, applying that living bomb there too. That was an important one to hit. Very nice route though. Wow, Sport really hitting a good one there against the Tyrael Angel and Zarmany. But once again, the zoning Phoenix has such a ridiculously low cooldown that they don't bother about that too much. So they can take a few of the structures down, but again, it's only one fort. It's only a fort that they took down, not more than that. At the bot lane, that's where the real party is starting right now, or the mid lane, I should say. This is where we again have both of the teams in full force with 5 heroes per setup. Zarmany, is he gonna try and move in here? So far, he doesn't. Condemn and Sock is not gonna do anything. I mean, he puts a cleanse in, or at least like Bakery is, just to make sure that Zarmany doesn't get locked down. They get the second fort at the bot lane, and that Web Weaver at the top is, by the way, still pushing, starting to apply pressure to that wall at the keep. So yeah, they get a bit more out of this than I thought they would be able to. But so far, can they maybe even drop the fort in the mid lane? Doesn't really look like they're really trying to try and go for it. But you can really tell that the difference in experience is shrinking. It's not as much as it was before, and that really helps them. Because that level 20 talent is going to be the next big deal in this game, and if they fall behind like an entire level once more, that could mean, for example, an additional boss taken. They really want to turn in every single gem that they have, and for very good reason. If you get those gems in now, then nobody can take those away anymore. So it's important to really make that happen. But for now, we are still seeing level 19 versus 18, so of course soon going to change. Hazorps and his teammates have not enough coins for a turn-in, but they have definitely enough to make it worth moving straight for one of the turn-in points and trying to get rid of them. They don't want to lose, especially those 19 that Sylvanas currently has. Zarmany down here, still waiting for an opportunity to use his Mosh Pit. Heroic abilities are all up. And I guess the 2 heroes that you really have to capture with this, or ideally should capture with this, are Johanna and Sylvanas. If you get a Mosh Pit on those 2, that would be absolutely amazing. It would be the best case scenario, and then you can still use a Web Blast to make sure that the rest of the team is not going to get anything done there, because there's only a bit of interrupt that we really see here, and that's mostly of course on the side of Johanna, and then also that silence on the Wailing Arrow. They're starting to move in there again, and well, level 20 is soon ready. By the way, talking about like stacks also a bit, Nazeebo is currently on 169 stacks for his Death Ritual, just in case if you were wondering. They have now down here in the mid lane, again that fight, but now the level 20 is there. And that's a half a level that they are ahead, but it's an important half level. Oh, AD already moving away on his Jaina. The Tyrael Angel with a good stun, triple stun actually, moves away before Soccer can really like do anything. Oh, good damage, nice poke, I like it. That buys them time since he applies a lot of damage. We have a lot of mobility talents taken currently on the side of Rocket. 3 Bowl of the Storm, and we still have that 1-0 lead for the blue team. Sorry, the red team. The 1-0 lead for BOB. If they take this map, then they have won the ZOTAC. This is why Rocket is fighting like tooth and nail right now. They really know that this is their only chance to force the map number 3. And they need to use that somehow. Indestructible has been taken. The teams are looking for an opportunity here. Hazorps needs to be extremely careful with the position that he's in. Jumps away with a Haunting Wave. That's in cooldown now. And the Tyrael Angel is not moving in yet. They have 27 gems still. It's a lot. It's actually a lot. But we only need 1 more gem turned in for Rocket, and they have another Web Weaver set. And that's also a really important one. But level 20 is going to hit any second right now. Good damage here. Pushing them back again. Buying time. And there's the level 20 talent. Redemption. And they have the tour bus. They have the tour bus right now. Alright, so this is going to be an important one. Everybody wants to turn in right now, especially Rocket. They are 1 gem short. 1 gem. But they can't turn it in right now. Kalthas with the Bolt of the Storm. Redemption on Uther. Hardened Shield also taken, and they try to turn in again. And right now they have 35. They are 5 short of getting the next Web Weaver set. Soccer is once again right over here. They double check the boss up at the top. Nobody in the throw pit. They're going for Johanna. There's Zarmany. And he's waiting. He's just waiting. Well, they're trying in the backline to go for Hazorps. He uses the Haunting Wave. They're trying to put him in the cooldown. But they have an opportunity to use that to their advantage. Zarmany still has his heroic ability up. Where is the dirty, dirty Mosh Pit that we've all been waiting for? The Tyrael Angel still waiting, but the Web Weavers, they are descending again. They got the turn in, and that was the important one. Yeah, well, when it comes to currently, especially damage healed, or like hit points healed, 60,000 on Malfurion. and Abathur on 46,000. The utility hero having not as much heal as his opponent, but still, of course, he adds a few stuns to the game as well. Yeah, the mid and the top lane, those are the ones that you really want to defend right now. That's why we're seeing exactly that being pressured. That Web Weaver is going to die within seconds. The problem is that the one at the top lane is very likely to drop the keep then after all. Damage pushed out here, 58,000 on the side of Khaldor. And moving in, Divine Shield already being used, strafe in the back line. Abathur has to be careful, really careful. Abathur, what are you doing? Gets healed in the last second. Root against Jaina blinks away. Here comes Zarmany moving in, not getting that mosh pit. But the core is being attacked and didn't lose a hero yet, but they lose every single keep that they have. Every single keep is down. It's only the core remaining. The Web Weavers are pushing in, and only the mother of mosh pits can save them now. And Zarmany is trying to go for it. He's waiting for it. Can he jump in? Can he get it? The mother of mosh pits, where is it? He's going straight in. There's the mosh pit. Is he going to use for the bus? He's getting 3. He's getting 3. Can they drop them? Can they drop them? They cannot. The damage just wasn't there. Everything was in cooldown. The mosh pit was good, but the damage wasn't ready. The follow-up, they were in cooldown. Oh god, that's unfortunate, but they're still trying to go for the kill here. 87% on the core. Shadowmar with another strafe. Gets lifted and killed. Do you even lift, bro? Khaldor definitely does. The Gravity Labs isolating Vala from the rest of the team, and they move in again. The root against the Tyrael Web Blast being used. It's a 5 versus 4 situation, but everybody is so low. They're still trying to fight. They get the kill against Sylvanas. They have another one. Oh, and Zarmany on the run. Who the hell killed him? I actually don't even know. That might have been one of the creeps here. Might have been one of the mercenaries, but yeah, they are at 85%. They get their kills in 6 against 5, but not a single keep taken down by their opponents, and this is just dirty right now. This is just really, really dirty. Over here, Bakery and the Thero Angel, they're trying to complete their own turn, and should be able to make that happen. 14, not going to be enough for this one. Actually, like, they don't even have enough. I thought the Bakery had the rest of them, but yeah, they are one short. They are still one short! Wow, that must be frustrating. I mean, if they can get the Web Weavers, that is the wave with... Okay, if they can get a turn-in, that turn-in is going to depush all of the lanes. But it also means that this turn-in is going to be the one where they really have to do damage. And with damage, I'm not talking killing 2 or 3 heroes. They need to do a lot more than that. If they get another Web Weaver wave against them, it's over. It's going to be over. There's nothing that they can do. The waves are already pushing as is with those catapults, but if they get another Web Weaver waves against them, then there's no chance for BOB to really make this happen. Roccat is going to wait for an opportunity to do that. But right now, they have to go in at this point and try to kill someone. And more than that, kill someone, gain the momentum, move in, and take the opponent down. That's the only chance that they have, the only opportunity, and let's see if they can make it work. They are going straight in. They want to get the kill here. Wall Elemental is already there. The Web Blast has been used, isolating one of the heroes. At the same time, they're just starting to jump in again. Mosh Pit could be ready. Mosh Pit, Mosh Pit. No, they move back. They move back. Zarmany just doesn't see it. Shadowmar with a strafe. Oh, good dodge here on Shadowmar. That Gravity Labs might have been his demise, but they're still there. A lot of damage that was dished out. That's a problem that Bakery has on Abathur. He had that problem in the last fight as well. They did a lot of damage, but the problem that Abathur is facing is that this late in the game, he just doesn't have that area heal that other heroes have. Malfurion doesn't have a problem with that whatsoever. Rhaegar doesn't have either. I mean, look at the healing numbers here. It's 20,000 heal difference that we're seeing for the two of them. Mosh Pit is being used, and it is useless. Even as Silence coming into play right now, they didn't get anything out of this. We're having Khaldor with 91,000 damage in the game. Nazebo is currently at 71,000. Looking at his stacks, by the way, is currently at 226. But yeah, those Web Weavers are gone. They didn't do a thing. All of those keeps are still alive. And the only thing that's, well, one of the things that Roccat can do is just turn in. But I like the move. This is a bit of a Hail Mary move, and it's a very desperate one. It could work though. It could also backfire horribly. Chris is there. They know what's happening. They have to fight this one. They do not stand it. They do not have a chance. They don't have a chance, but this might be another throw pit move. They go in. Which team is going to be successful? This is the only chance that they have. BOB, they get the boss, but do they get the... Oh, look at that, Stitch! He's so low! no, they can't keep him alive. 2 heroes dead. It's a 2-for-1 trade. Only Sylvana is down, but Uther is of course going to come back. At least he should come back, right? I mean, no. His redemption, is he going to come back? I don't even know. I think he will. Yeah. Okay, so he had his redemption still up. So it's a 1-for-1 trade at the end of the day, and they get the boss. Important move. Like, it worked. It's actually good for them. BOB would have loved to really win this fight big time and maybe move in together with the boss, but at least they get this much. And that's already like a small victory for them. They have 33 gems that they still can use. They might get the keep. It's going to be too close. I don't think they will. Oh, actually, it's going to be really close. No, yes, no. Oh, God, that has to be frustrating. Nearly the kill on the keep, but they don't get a break, do they? So the keep is not down. That would have been a good one, but they need to turn in. They didn't turn in. They're taking down those catapults, trying to get every single object out of the way. Oh, harm's way. 100,000 damage, by the way, on the Calphus now. They get the midriff. They don't give up. BOB doesn't give up. We are only 28 minutes into the game, so why give up? There's also, in terms of like healing power, by the way, now 100,000 against 84,000. So at least in the one cool thing that you have on Uther when you die is that while you're in ghost form, your cooldown on the heal is so low that you can really get the numbers on the board. This is where you can really make like an impact. So oftentimes you have to die first to really be useful for your team. Not quite, but you know what I mean. The cooldown is ridiculously low. The problem that Uther has before that is that his cooldowns are just like super high. So while he is waiting for his redemption to kick in, he can really use that. But at this point we have 23 versus 23, so just looking at the amount that we're having there, both of the teams are waiting for a chance to get another kill, win another team fight. It's about those web weavers again though. 42 gems have already been turned in by Roccat and are trying to do the same thing once again, and if they get that, then I do not think there's a chance in hell that BOB is able to defend against it. I just don't think it's likely. I don't think it's possible. The lanes are pushing as is already because there's no keep. But if you're in a position where you also have to face not only the catapults but also the web weavers plus your opponent's team, how are you going to defend against this? They already lost hit points on the core the last time that it happened, and that was when we still had keeps on the map. Now we don't have that anymore. 57, they need 13, now they need 10, and BOB, I think they're on a clock. I really think that they are on a clock and have to do something about it, and they probably know that too, but the problem is, what? What are you going to do? You can't just charge in guns blazing and thinking that you will be able to make that happen and that you are going to win that fight. If they can get their own turn in first, that would be all that they need to do, and they actually have the gems. That's the interesting part here. They have the gems to make it happen, and they are going to get it. Yes, nice. Really good for them. That's really good for them. They buy time with this. It's not even that they push the lanes, which is important, of course, but they buy themselves time and the opportunity to take a team fight on their turf, on their terms. So this is going to be happening. We have Roccat still in a position where they could lose this. And just look at the experience. We have more experience for BOB. That doesn't really help them with all of the keeps still being intact, but hey, it's something. Yeah, bot lane approach right now. Looks like Hazop, Soccer, and the rest of the team are moving over to take these guys down before they can make anything happen there. That web weaver didn't do anything at all. That web weaver was like, yes, I'm free. Ah, I'm dead. That's basically what happened there. Web weaver is freed, and then, like, seriously, I mean, Spider Queen, are you serious? That's all? That's the web weaver? That's a big deal? 70 gems for that? Really? I want my money back. Mid lane, that's where we have the web weaver pushing in, and maybe that's going to be the setup that BOB needs. They want to drop, of course, the keep at the top lane. I mean, like, this is the one that they really need to get, but this is a mandatory one. And there's the kill. Are they going to try to go for core? Are they going to try to go for a Hail Mary move, win the fight, and then go core? I would not... I mean, it's a risk. It's really a risk. But playing for the long game here is a risk as well. And the web weaver is already taken out, so... They have to win a team fight. It's frustrating maybe, but it's the only chance that they have. At least the top lane is not gonna push in hard any longer. That's one of the things that they accomplished. But now we might see that fight. Uh-oh, Jaina. Jaina, Earth to Jaina, we need you. We need you right now, gorgeous. And there, oh, look at that lady. Side saddle. Classy. Alright, so Jaina is back. Back in the team fight. Bot lane is pushing hard. Jaina knows that too. Everybody knows that. Bot lane is the problem right now, because that's the one that they have to de-push. And ADRD is just waiting over there. Rest of the team is currently in the middle. They need to deny the turn-in, and that's what they're doing. They deny the turn-in right now. ADRD is doing his thing and moves back immediately. Of course, he's visible on the map while he does that. Soccer. Can they get the turn-in? Nope, they can't. But we have all of the heroics still up. All of the heroics. They're trying to put pressure on Soccer. Some free damage. Web Blast being used. Zarmany moving in from behind. Web Blast blinks away. Alright, so blinking out. And they go straight for Chris here. They go for Chris, or at least they try to. They're poking. They're poking when they can. Zarmany, he just doesn't see it. There's the Wailing Arrow. They were expecting the mosh pit, but he didn't come. Where's the heals? Where's the heals? Bakery needs to get the heals in right now. The Benediction needs to really make this happen. He is using whatever he can in healing power. The bot lane is pushing again, and they have to again send Jaina down to the bot lane. It's another opportunity that they missed here. Phoenix is out, but look at all the heroic abilities that have been used by Roccat. They use nearly everything. Of course, it doesn't matter too much on the side of Gary the Gargantian, because let's just face it, his cooldown is super low too. But up here, Zocke knows that somebody's going to be waiting for him to try and turn in. But they still miss out on the Wailing Arrow and Tranquility, and those are two important talents. If they can move in with the Phoenix and the Web Blast now, they have a window, 40-second window. That's what they have right now. If in those 40 seconds they get a victory here, that's all that they need. This might be the opportunity. Here comes the mosh pit. No, it does not. They get the Divine Shield off. Can he jump in again? The mosh pit is in a 4-second cooldown still because it was interrupted. Snitch is low, and they can't get that. Heroic abilities are all in cooldown for Roccat. Every single one of them. Most of them as well. Here comes the mosh pit. It's not good enough. It's strong enough. Maybe, maybe not. They're trying to get the kill. Iceberg already being used. Snitch is extremely low, but gets healed by Bakery. They get the kill against Nazebo. They get the kill against Nazebo, but that's it. Can they get more than that? Because one Nazebo kill is just not enough to carry them into the late game. Abathur Angel is so low. Zarmoni as well. Zarmony. Oh, Jay. Wow. Blinks away. Oh my god. But Kel'Thas is dead. Kel'Thas dead. And the potential kill against Zarmony. ADRD tries to make a play. Zarmony is moving away. Gets rooted. Gets healed. Gets killed. And this should be it. The Web Weavers are there. They are pushing in. There's hard cams everywhere. Bruiser cams. The damage. It's a situation with a 4 versus 3 right now. Bakery, they won't be able to make this one happen. Another good condemn, and Jaina is dead. This is going to be the tie of the series. We are going to see map number 3 between Roccat and BOB. Congratulations to Roccat, and we're going to jump now into game number 3 of the best of 3 series here at the ZOTAC Cup Final.
The series is tied. Roccat made it possible. They win Tomb of the Spider Queens. Actually the first time on that day that we saw BOB lose the map, but now the final map is coming up. It is Sky Temple. And once more, Be It Our Bakers, or BOB, going into the combo with Illidan, Tyrael, and Abathur. And this time they got another hero on top of that as well. They got the Falstad, which was banned out in the previous game on Dragon Shire by their opponent, because now you have that setup where Illidan and Tyrael can jump into the backline, and on top of that you also have a Falstad with a Hinterland Blast that can try to snipe the target that Tyrael judgmented. So this is a pretty sick setup here, especially when it comes to sniper potential. And on the side of their opponents, we have a lot of control heroes. Zagara is a great hero on Sky Temple, of course, for the vision, for the control, and also a more possibility than on the temple fights. And besides that, we're having again Nazebo, which is a super popular hero these days, and even more damage that currently Roccat is trying to bring onto the board. They also play, of course, once again with their Johanna, which they value highly. And guys, this is the last map. Which team is going to take it? Is it going to be Roccat? Is it going to be BOB? Whoever wins on Sky Temple right now wins the ZOTAC Cup and takes the prize money. So guys, let's jump into game number 3 and find out who's going to be the victor here at the tournament. Roccat or BOB?
The final map is Sky Temple. We have on map number 3 now, Roccat going up against Be It Our Bakers, or BOB once again. To the left side of the map, as you can see, it's Zocke for Roccat on Enuburak. He's of course hoping that he's not going to Enuburect. We have Spot Billy on Rhaegar, Shadowman on Zagara, Chris on Jaina, and Hazops on Nazebo. So a lot of mage damage that we are seeing to the left side of the map. And to the right, it is another Illidan composition with Illidan Tyrael. We have Zarmony on Falstad, combos of course very well with the Judgment on on Abathur Angel, who's playing Tyrael here. Bakery is on Malfurion, Snitch on Illidan, and ADRD again on Abathur. A very similar composition to what BOB played in the first game, which they won, by the way. So they're gonna try to run a similar approach. It's a very different map, of course, on the other hand. That's one of the things that you really have to consider here. And what's also quite important to note is that we are having a completely different lineup on the side of their opponent. Roccat is running this with like a ton of damage. It's actually kind of insane to see how much damage they have there. With a Zagara, who is in a bit of trouble up at the top lane. Whoa! Zagara eating a lot of damage here already. Okay. So just like that, moving back. Bot lane though, we're having currently Chris together with Sport Billy trying to make Snitch's life hell. Illidan is very much alone on this lane right now too. Up to the mid lane, we're having ZOTAC and Abathur Angel, the two tanks bashing it out against each other. And as you can see up here to the top, Bakery and Zarmany are of course trying to get the experience. The most important thing is really the first temple phase, or actually the second one. The two temples that we have coming up right now end up being split by the teams in most cases, and that's exactly what should happen. If you're able to get more out of it than that, then you're already finding yourself in a pretty solid position. But right now, the pressure up here at the top lane with Abathur jumping in every now and then is actually like pretty severe. So it's not easy to keep that top lane for Hazops and Shadowmar. In the mid lane, it's still that battle between ZOTAC and Abathur Angel. And down to the bot lane, Chris, look at that. He's actually trying to see if he can... What is he waiting for? Is he waiting for ADRD to move out and soak damage? Wow, that would be cool if he's waiting for that. But up here at the top, the Zebo is dying, and it looks like Shadowmar might be in trouble too, but Bakery is missing this approach. Down here, Chris, he's definitely waiting. He's waiting for the slug, and he's gonna get the kill. Right there, and just like that, ADRD, is he gonna fall? What? No way! Chris! Unbelievable. He actually does not get the kill against Abathur. Oh, there was a lot of experience already that he, of course, lost with this now, too. That was frustrating. Ah, damn. Well, up at the top lane now, we have one temple already ending up in the hands of BOB. And we're seeing Hazops trying to contest that, as in the mid lane, another attempted kill against Sport Billy. Rhaegar is so low. ZOTAC actually has to be careful, too. And yes, everybody being pushed back for now. The experience is nearly the same once again for the two here, but at this point, as you can see, it's an attempted kill with a hammer against ZOTAC. Everybody low, and talking about low, ADR down the bot lane is facing the same problem, but Chris is still trying to soak the experience there. Now we have more shots taken in the mid lane by the red team, and so far it's actually like again an even trade in experience. When it comes to structures, on the other hand, then it was a victory for Team BOB. So from this point of view, they definitely get a bit ahead. We have Feral Heart now taken on level 4 for Rhaegar, since he went for healing totem on level 1 and didn't get the mana cost reduction for the chain heal. We're seeing camps taken now, and with level 4 we also have, of course, the rest of the talents in play. It's interesting to see that we are now finally having that full support build for the melee heroes, and of course in this case also Tyrael. Pressurized Glance and Adrenal Overlord. Keep in mind that the last time that ADRD played this combination back then on Dragon Shire, he went for a hybrid build that allowed him to push as well with his Locust, but here he doesn't go for that. Instead it's the full support build. They need to fight for these objectives, and that's why they go for that. And Zarmany gets away there, so it's a 1 kill against 0 still in the game, but down to the bot lane this could change. Snitch is being attacked, but there is also Abathur helping him out once again. They're moving in with this one now too. Chris and Sport Billy, boom, there's the kill once again against one of the towers, but Falset is already starting to fly in, and they're apparently trying to get Sport Billy down. Oh, it's the kill, and Snitch is alive, can't get taken out by Chris. Really well played here by BOB, but of course that opens them up to the attack at the top lane, where ADRD is already moving in to make sure that he is helping out with that push that we're currently seeing from their opponents. In experience, it's still exactly the same numbers though. We have a mule taken, and Zebo is, yes, he's going for the mule now too. By the way, Iceland's taken instead of Frostbitten on level 7 for Jaina. So going here for the cooldown reduction. And Zarmany is actually probably going to be back and then fly in again. He should have the cooldown ready again, and that allows him to just fly in once more after he healed up and really fight for this temple. A good timing here for both of the teams going for the Bruiser camp, by the way, so they are not going to have any trouble there. Maybe like Sport Beater and Hazops a little bit late on this one, because the problem that Hazops is facing is that he's very low on mana, so he might have to go back for this one too. Shadowmar is still trying to go for the pushing power up at the top. ADRD maybe a bit exposed there. But let's see what Shadowmar can do with this. They should be able to drop that fort though. But the bot lane, this is where we have the pressure against, well, first of all, since so far nothing was taken out there. Mid lane experience being soaked. This is like a 3-man push. Roccat doesn't even think about getting the temple. They don't want the temple. They just say like, yeah, you get that, we push. We take down the top, we take down the mid, and then do whatever you want. Oh, and they might get the kill against Tyrael, and they do. Very well played here, but can they keep Anubarak alive? No, they cannot. And Nubarak goes down, and they are not satisfied with that. Abathur was helping out as much as he could, but we had Jaina moving in. The bot temple is still taken, and we have level 9.5 versus 9.5. Top lane, the mule was already being used. We have, in this case, secret weapon, by the way, on level 7 to get that additional power in. Their rotation was very, very fast. Once that they realized what was going on here, they rotated over, and now they have level 10 faster. Snitch has taken the experience at the bot lane, and also, of course, the structures here, but the mule is also helping now out the blue team. So both of the teams really are now in a situation where they have to kill structures. They have to kill the structures, or they will just run out of... Yeah, they won't... The damage will be negated. They will be muled up again. And it's the hunt! Together with Tyrael, we're seeing the hunt. Normally when that happens, we have a different level 7 talent, at least when Virtus Pro plays his composition. They're going for Metamorphosis if they go for First Aid. And the hunt is there! Judgment! And the snipe! 3 heroic abilities are down, but so is Nazeebo, and that's a huge chunk of the damage that we have for the team. Web Blast being used, though. There's the stun against Tyrael, and can Illidan get away? Where's Abathur? Abathur is not there just yet, but yeah, they go for the hunt, and they do what Virtus Pro did, but they do it with their own talent. They go for First Aid here on level 1. If you don't go for First Aid, you can get the extra cooldown reduction on Illidan's auto attacks, and that allows you to use the Hunt twice in a game. So this is awesome. I'm liking this. The Hunt has been taken a bit more often since Metamorphosis got such a big nerf in the last patch. First of all, the radius got reduced, and then also the damage that you dish out with Metamorphosis. One of the reasons why we're seeing the Hunt now being chosen. And we have the Tamagotchi, aka the Monstrosity, taken on level 10 now too. Zocca is moving away, but again the mule being dropped here. Up at the top lane we see the Slug trying to keep this one alive, but the mule already taken down. So does Anubarak get wrecked though, and the bot lane therefore is going to fall. So it's going to be a trade. It's going to be a trade between the two forts. Fort at the top lane, fort at the bot lane. All of those are going to be destroyed. In the mid lane, we still have a bit of the experience that Baker was able to soak for his team, and that will put the level 13 into their hands a bit faster. And of course, with that temple now being ready, again, Illidan is doing his thing. 5 kills against 1. BOB is in a very nice position here. They are slightly ahead. It's a slight lead. It's a talent lead that they have right now. It's 1 level, but it's a lead that is quite real. If they use this well, they should be able to get in a very advantageous position in the mid game right now. We have them with a double giant killer. One on the side of Falstad and the other one for, interestingly enough, for Illidan. Not trying to go into anything else. Once again, up at the top, they're trying to go for the fight here. We have Illidan taking the shrine at the bot lane, but they're fighting for this one, and Hazops is extremely low. They're sniping potentially against Shadowmar. They're not getting the kill, though. Ah, so close. Everybody getting healed up again. That healing ward really working for them, and Illidan is starting to move into the mid lane. He could try and hunt in there. We still have Judgment ready. I can't actually believe that Abathur did not use Judgment to secure the kill against Zagara. I can't believe that. But they're waiting. And here he is. He jumps in, tries to get the kill. The hunt! And goodbye, Zagara. They go for Hazops. And they take down after Zagara and Nazeebo and are aiming for Rega next. They go straight in to get the kill against the fort now too. And that temple still has a couple of shots open as the Monstrosity is pushing the bot lane. BOB with a great play here. They go in and they secure the kills against 2 heroes. 7 kills against 1 and also against the fort. And they still have a couple of shots that they get off with this one. At the bot lane, the Monstrosity has been taken out, but this is a hyper-aggressive play that we're currently seeing on the side of BOB. The 13 talent, of course, helped a lot with that last fight as well. This was one of the things that Roccat just didn't have yet. And now we're seeing a double spell shield. We see the healing surge as well as improved ice block. And it's a double ice block that you have there. Ice Block, of course, against Judgment and against the Hunt, quite nice if you can use that. But Zagara is still going to be in trouble, and I think she's going to be the first target for these heroes. Nice Mule in the mid lane. We have Roccat now trying to rotate again. They are currently moving through the lanes, getting a few of the mercenary camps on the map. Level 16 isn't there yet for their opponent, and that is one of the things that allows them to still take fights, and they're probably going to try and take this one. On his charger, we see Abathur Angel moving in, but they're not going for the fight just yet. Illidan has the opportunity to go for split push, since he is using the Hunt, and that's one of the big advantages if you're using the talent. Not only do you put an insane amount of pressure on a single target, but you're also in a position where you can just get extra experience and try to get your team in the lead, and that's what they do. This, of course, this Hunt play is another big reason why they're in this case going for a ban on Uther. It's not only that combo between Tyrael and Falstad, it's also the Hunt. Mines granting vision on the boss, so they know exactly what's going on over here. We have already Snitch moving back down, and they go for the boss. They have the level 16 talent now any second, and they go for the boss, and they should be able to get this one. The rotation is happening right now from the top down to the bottom for Team Roccat, but the boss is nearly completed. There is Soccer, though. Zocke is trying to get in, and he's moving straight in for this, but the boss is already taken. He's a bit too late with this. They snipe the kill, and the tornado puts him right into harm's way. And Nuburak gets again a Nuburakt, and we have now everybody jumping in. Icebox already being used, but Abathur Angel wants the Nazebo, and he gets Nazebo. Falstad is flying in, and the Hunt on Rhaegar. They're trying to get the kill. He gets the heal, the ancestral heal, but it's not enough. It's a triple kill. It is the triple kill, and Shadowma is going to die now as well. BOB is wrecking Roccat. They are completely taking them apart right now. They got the extra talent they have against Holy Ground, which they could use in the last fight now as well to secure that boss. We have them with Envenom Spine, so much transference. 2 shrines are up. They drop their keep without even bothering to do anything else, and now they can go for the shrines. Abathur is even all in here. Oh my god, that disrespect right there. Abathur is soaking a few of those shots, helping out the team to buy some time, and at the same time to the bot lane we have Tyrael already in the same position as well. Abathur is just like dodging this one without a problem at all, and they are wrecking now that mid lane. And of course, a Mule is quite powerful, but not that powerful. 11 kills against 1, and thanks to the help of Abathur, they were able to secure a couple of shots from the temple in the mid lane, and that was quite important. They have still the one at the bot lane that they are rocking, and we're seeing Snitch now also still out on the map. Can they drop the structure? That's actually the question. And so far it really looks like, despite the Mule trying to do his thing, they're gonna get that. Uh-oh, and Nuburak gets taken down. And that's of course problematic, because now it's not only one temple, now it's 2 temples firing. And they get the second keep. The keep is down, and just like that, oh my god, Hazorps. Oh, he gets found. The Hunt! Illidan sees that Nazebo was not prepared and moves in for the kill. 19 versus 16. This combo is just something that at this point Roccat cannot deal with anymore. They are getting completely destroyed without a chance in the world. They would need level 20 to really come back into this, and I'm not sure if they can really survive this long. The next temple phase is, I think, gonna spot only 1 temple, so it's not like that triple temple phase roughly around the 20-22 minute mark is going to be their demise in the next wave, but still, it is a bad position to be in. The steal against the Siege Giant camp right now, we're having on the 16 talents, finally on the same talent level by the way as Team BOB. We have them with an Earth Grasp Totem that is of course attempting to lock down Illidan, at least a bit longer. Northern Exposure here for the extra damage as well, but this is a pretty big problem, right? Zarmany is already there, and yeah, well, that that catapult to his boss. Mooring it. Nice Holy Ground use, by the way. Really nice. Securing him a bit of an edge so that they can move away. Oh, but the lockdown, and Zarmany in trouble. Zarmany's down. Is that the attempt? The good heal against Jaina. That was a last second heal by Rhaegar. Very well done by Sportbeal. Amazing heal. That was great. Perfect timing on this one. Can they get Illidan down? Ah, they do. Illidan dead. Falstad dead. Roccat with a comeback. That's the question now. The problem is that right down here we have a big wave coming in, and that is a lot of damage already, and that forces everybody on the side of Roccat back once again. And here is of course the Tamagotchi going up at the top wall. There's 1 temple that's currently alive, and it's the one up at the top. Right now we have Zocke claiming the vision, And the teammates are, of course... Well, the cool thing about having these two teammates down, Falstad and Illidan, is that both of them have a big gap closer. They can jump in. And Falstad is even going for the Epic Mount on level 20 now. We have level 20 abilities, and there it is, the evolution complete. They're going for the Monster Tamagotchi, Hardened Shield, Bolt of the Storm, and Illidan is probably going to go for the Nexus Blades here. They're claiming another Bruiser camp. They're letting the Temple go. There's still a fort on the map, by the way, and this fort is probably not even going to be dropped. Oh no, it's going to be dropped. They're going to get it. They're going to get it for sure. So we have Illidan currently still on a 3-second death timer. We have 15 minutes into the game. Illidan is back. He goes for Blink. No Nexus Blades. Instead, it is going to be Blink for him. And, well, once more, they are moving up to the top. There's the monstrosity already. Are we going to see the hunt right now? Tyrael, Illidan, they're moving to the top lane now. They're moving in. They're trying to get a good angle there. Who are they going to go for? Are they going to go for Zagara once again? Here we go. Both of them immediately sniping Zagara, but he's not dead just yet. He might die though. And yes, Shadowmar is dropped in the last second. The Maw was good, but it wasn't good enough. Sport Billy is about to die, trying to keep the rest of the team alive, but it's already too late. 2 heroes around, 5 versus 3, and just like that, Chris is dying too. The counter kill against Falstad, but it's not enough to keep the Zebo alive. 4 heroes dead, everybody dying, the lanes pushing in against them. Bakery once again jumping in straight away, trying to lock down Zocca. Here comes Illidan jumping in. No mount for you today, my friend. Zocca on the attempt to move back, but there's Illidan now, so Tyrael as well now, and the hunt is ready again. Oh, a great dodge by Zocca, but it doesn't matter. They get the kill, and just like that, BOB is going to move in for the final blow. They know that they have a chance right now, and they are intent on using it. They jump in, the GG well play already dropped. Zagara back in 4 seconds, won't be able to stop this one. BOB takes the victory at the ZOTAC Cup. They take down Roccat with a great last game, dominating Sky Temple, and win this series with a 2-1, claiming their victory in the ZOTAC Cup. Congratulations, really, really well played here by BOB.
The hunt. They take the hunt on Illidan and they jump in with Tyrael Illidan, and you could really see how they made that work. Illidan on side lanes trying to soak experience, jumping in with the hunt into these fights, and at some of those points it was just incredible to just see them go all straight ham on a hero like Zagara and try to burst her down. The hunt, judgment, hinterland blast, and poor Zagara just standing there getting pummeled into the ground, not standing a chance. And this last game was domination, what we saw by BOB. So the setup that they had here really completely countering out what Roccat was drafting, and that was a very, very solid performance that we saw from BOB. So they take the ZOTAC Cup, they win the tournament, and they definitely made an impression, or at least I hope so, because the last 2 videos where we saw them, these guys definitely were rocking it quite hard. A great team with a really bright future in my opinion, and I really enjoyed the series as well, especially of course that we saw Illidan with the hunt once more after Virtus Pro already used it in the past in another best of 3 series. But guys, I hope that you enjoyed this series as well, and if you did, give the video a thumbs up on YouTube. Make sure that you drop a comment in the comment section if you have any questions, and once again guys, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done that yet. I'm going to see you next time with more Heroes of the Storm content. Have a great day and see you soon. Bye bye.